Learn a little something. Take a lesson. Learn it all.
Yo, this is Dorky Diggity Dave, and today we're going to go through the Namor song. Since I didn't get to do a Music Monday for this, it was just kind of like a last-minute thing that I ran through, so I just kind of wanted to show you how I broke it all down. First, it was actually coming up with the wordplay, and this was very important because I didn't want to use the word wet. I just didn't want to use it, right? I wanted to stay away from that word and use some creative word play that included his move set in the actual game, while still bringing in that kind of old school R&B vibe into it. So here we have Namor. I can get you soaking, dripping, baby broken. So he's bringing in the water, soaking him up. They're dripping wet, but at the same time he's breaking him down because he's putting the beat down on him, right? You got laying the Triton down like a ninja, because he's laying the Triton down. However you want to see that, it's fine. And then leaving you wide open, of course, is I use that kind of like off of his SP2. If he lands a stun, then they're left wide open, right? So everything in the words here, actually, I don't even think you can see the words. Everything in the words has a place in his moveset. Which is really important in writing all these tunes for the champions. So he can call the ocean, of course, that is part of the SP3. Multiples explosion, because you can do the SP3 multiple times, right? And SP3 to the heavy is how you do that. So as soon as you finish your SP3, you do a heavy attack, and you could do that, rinse and repeat in the motion over and over again. See, right there. And then, of course, you have to have like a catchy hook, which it used to be something else. I believe it was, I think it was just like Namor. It was just like saying his name. It didn't sound good when I was doing it. So anyway, I wrote these words down. I didn't fully have the song figured out just yet. I just knew that I wanted to use a particular chord progression, and that is the A minor 7 to G minor 7 to C7. Which isn't really C7. That's more C7. But this is the C7 with the 6, right? And then a F major 7, and then just a regular E chord. Which I have no bass because my key is broken right here. I have to press really hard in order to get it in there. That's fine, right? So what you end up with is this. And then, right? So from there, I had to figure out, like, okay, how did I want this to sound? And I really wanted a very clean and simple beat. As you can see, there aren't really a lot of tracks going on here, and I knew I wanted something with like a guitar, like that, just kind of single strummed guitar type feel. Now I could have played this guitar, but that would have taken me forever. Because I'm not that great at guitar. But I do have some really great samples for guitar, I bought them. Orange Tree Samples. They have excellent guitar samples. If I had more money, I would buy them all, but I only have like 3. So, but then I wanted to get into a sound like this, like... something like that, right? But it doesn't sound that good with a piano. So as you can see here, I'm going to let me move the words off of the screen here for a second. Let's get into this. So here is the guitar. It runs off of the contact player. Let that load on up. And this is the Orange Tree steel guitar, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And not only does it have that kind of sound, you can literally hear the box. You can hear the hollowness of the guitar, and it also has really great dynamics like hammer-ons and hammer-offs, as well as See, it's very, very dynamic. See, it's very, and before this, you really got some very cheesy samples like earlier on, like 10 years ago. But now, I mean, it's really, really come around. Right? So right there, I got the bass for all of this, and it really makes it dynamic also because I can control it with quantizing. So if you happen to make a mistake, you can just go back and literally fix the notes. So let's hear just the guitar here of what was recorded. Right? So, and just to show how dynamic it is, I literally did the intro with just a little bit of arpeggiation in the keyboard. That's ridiculous, right? Okay, so after we got that down, then I wanted to get into a nice, clean, but also a transient drum kit, something that had both. See all those bass kits, bass drum hits. So I wanted something that was dynamic enough so I wasn't just repeating. I wanted something that had a little bit of layer to it. Right? And then there was also some cool little sounds that I could have added in, which you'll hear throughout, something that just kind of adds a little bit of extra flavor. I didn't use that sound though. So very, very simple. So if I put these two together, right? So you already have that's pretty much the basis for the song right there. I had everything I needed to get started, and so right away I just threw on some vocals just to test it out. Now I wanted to have kind of like that that very auto-tuned type sound to it, right? And so I'm gonna show you the raw vocals before. So at least whenever I do anything that's kind of like auto-tuned, I kind of sing badly on purpose because you want to kind of trigger that sound. Whatever, I'm pretty sure someone will meme that.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken.
See?
Laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open.
You see how it's just like all off? it's saying badly on purpose. Now, take a listen when you add the pitch correction on. This one's just built into Logic. It's not Antares or anything like that, or Antares or whatever you want to call it. And I do have Melodyne, so I can do this through other programs as well, but I really like the one that's built into Logic. You set the response real fast, and I set this into the key of C. It's as a major scale. And now take a listen to it. With the just off kilter singing, it really does trigger very nicely.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken. Laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open.
All right, you see how it's not just kind of like a straight sound. It kind of has a little bit of dynamics to it. So, some people would be like, well, you actually really can't sing and whatever, I don't care. But that is the reason why you sing ever so slightly badly on purpose with auto-tune.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken. Laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open. 'Cause I call the ocean multiples explosion. SP3 to the heavy, rinse and repeat in the motion.
See, very, very easy. Now, the other things that are going on here is I have a noise gate here, and this is just to protect some of the outside noise that was coming in, because I think they were like pressure washing outside or something, or someone was doing the lawn. I can't remember what it was, but you see all that extra sound at the beginning? So using a noise gate will help cut out certain sounds below a certain frequency.
I can get you soaking.
So you end up with this like very clean recording. Okay, so that aside, I got a compressor on there to help add a little bit of depth to the voice, make it a little bit fatter. Not going to go too much into that. I use CLA vocals. I really love CLA vocals. It has its own compressor built in as well. But adding in this pitch right here, this throwing up the pitch kind of gives you that that stereo kind of doubled up sound that you have on the voice.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken, laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open.
Hear the difference? Okay, so I also added in a delay because that's I wanted this to have like a very kind of like echoey type of sound.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken.
But notice that the mix here is very low because I want the echoes to be in the background. And not really in the forefront because I don't want to muddy up the mix of the song. I still want it to sound clean. And I have a little bit of a high pass filter here. The high pass filter kind of cuts out the low end and allows more of the high frequencies of the sound to come through.
Laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open.
So it has a little bit more of that that telephone type sound. Alternatively, if you want to have something that sounds very bassy and low, you'll use a low pass, which basically kind of cuts out the high sound. You'll usually use that if, like, let's say you're mixing a scene in a movie or something, and there's a club, and you're kind of next door to the club, and you want to be able to hear that there's music in the club, but without all that high coming through, and it just has like that bassy sound. That's kind of like what a low pass will do. I know that's off the subject there, but fine, it's all fine. And then I have here a little limiter just to make sure that I don't clip the track because I recorded it a little bit hot. Okay, so that alone right there, these three guys, boom, boom, boom. Oh, by the way, I went in and I doubled up the drums because I just wanted to really layer it, which is a little bit of a trick to kind of get your drums to sound a little more full.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken.
I'm gonna add in the second drums.
Laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open. Cause I call the ocean multiples explosion. SB3 to the heavy, rinse and repeat in the motion.
Okay, so we got that part done. So then I was figuring out how was I going to sing the chorus, right? And the chorus, I wanted to have the right here. And you say, right? So I was like, and you say, and you say, and you say, and you say. And I was like, okay, I think I want to go into the falsetto. So I went with, and you say, yeah. That's what I wanted, right? But I also had to sing it a little bit badly again because we want to, again, trigger that, we wanted to trigger the pitch correction. So also on this particular track, I mixed it a little bit differently. Where it wasn't as echoey as the verse. So I wanted the chorus to be nice and clean. But here's how it sounds without the pitch correction.
And you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby.
Okay, so as you can see, from the difference between the example and what I'm showing here is a little bit different. So again, sing a little bit badly on purpose to go ahead and trigger that auto-tune. So let's listen to that together with the other stuff. So let me take out this part, and this part, and these parts. Boom.
Beating the motion, and you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby. You'll never be dry around me. Jump on my pool, it's so astounding.
Okay, so yeah. Never be dry around me. I mean, it's not a lie. So so what I wanted to do here was make this sound a little bit different than the beginning.
Leaving you wide open, cause I call the ocean.
Right, not layered. But here I wanted to layer it just a little bit. So one of the tricks that you can do if you want it to sound a little bit different than your verse, if you want your chorus to kind of stand out a little bit more, you'll want to layer it either like with an octave. So you'll either want to sing an octave higher than your chorus or an octave lower. However, you can achieve the octave. I'm already singing pretty high for the chorus, so I'm not doing an octave over, and besides, I'll sound a little bit too high. So I wanted to ground it a little bit. So I came in and I brought in the same exact chorus, but I brought it down an octave lower. So I sang that here.
And you say, yeah.
Right. So bringing that together with it, it changes it all together.
Beating the motion, and you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby.
Right. So you can already hear a difference there. And then after that, I wanted to layer it just a little bit more by bringing in a chorus harmony, which is just an alternate take on the chorus, but it blends really nicely.
And you'll see.
Okay, so that together with this all together now makes something very different.
And you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby. You'll never be dry around me. Jump in my pool, it's so astounding.
Okay, so we got that, and then I was like, man, I've got to add something else to this. Like, give it a little extra flavor. So I added in the piano here, which was basically kind of going up the blues scale, the A blues scale in octave. Right, and then playing a little bit of chords, you know. So I did that here.
Beating the motion, and you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby. You'll never be dry around me. Jump in my pool, it's so astounding.
Okay, so then from there, I had to add just a little bit something more. I was like, you know what? It needs a little bit more low end. So then I brought in one of my favorite instruments, which is the 808. Boom like an 808. Yep. It's like every trap producer, bass producer, rap producer, hip hop, all that. You gotta have the 808. Gotta have the 808 in there. So that really, really grounds everything that's going on here. So now I have a very, very nice contrast between the verse and the chorus. So the verse is very empty in terms of what it is. It's very clean, and it really builds up the excitement for you to come into the chorus with something very grounded and hard hitting. So
multiples explosion, drip, drip, drip. SP3 to the heavy, rinse and repeat in the motion, and you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby.
okay, so from there, I wanted to add in some ad-libs and some harmonies, right? So we already have the chorus harmony here, but I wanted to bring in these little harmonies, which are little call-outs in the middle of the song of what we're doing. So right here.
You don't have to say more, baby.
And if you want to hear that just on its own, it's just the word no. Like, you don't have to say more. No.
No.
I moved that over to the, I copied that over to the second chorus. And then from there, adding in little ad-lib hits, like little grunts and things like that you have to add into R&B stuff. You know, you got to be like, ooh, can't wait to get that, girl. You know, that kind of thing, right? So that is right here. Gotta have that in there.
Drip, 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 drip.
Got to get drip, drip, drip in there. I mean, it's not a water song without drip, 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 right? And then we have a little harmony set right here.
Ooh,
Yep, and these are just things to add to the overall flavor to make it sound a little bit more full and a little bit more exciting. So the last thing that I did was I jumped in with this secondary dance kit, which had this is all it's for. It literally sounds like a pilot light for a for a grill. This is all I need it for. These two sounds right here, and that's really just to kind of have a bookend to the end of the measure. So, and then one last thing that I did over here was to add in the trumpets as like a break in between. Again, I don't have any of the 808 bass here because I'm trying to build up that anticipation.
And you say, my name is Namor. You don't have to say more, baby. You'll never be dry around me. Drip on my pool, it's so astounding.
And that's it, guys. So that is how I put together the Namor track. Now, again, it's very, very simple. Guitar, drums, bass is basically the main things. Everything else is just vocals. Singing a little badly on purpose for some auto-tune triggering, and a couple of cymbal hits, hi-hats, things like that. But really, this comes down to having a really, really, really great sample set for guitar and having a very nice, clean, and also transient bass drum from this drum kit. A little bit of arrangement tricks by doubling up here to add a little more oomph to everything. Not really going to talk too much about the mixing because the mixing actually isn't done because the song isn't done. I still have to add a bridge or something like that, or a second verse. But for those of you that really like the song, I just wanted to break it down for you guys. After all, it is Monday, and this is kind of taking over for Music Monday, even though I didn't do this one live, so it's all good. Anyway, guys, if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mom, and also let me know if you would like a separate channel with all of this stuff in it, this kind of thing, because I'm thinking about that, because you know, can't mix all the content together. But do let me know down in the comments below. And if you mix a different way, if you make songs a different way, go ahead and feel free to say that too. I use this, I use that. I use these samples, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's all good. Anyway, guys, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.
I can get you soaking, dripping, baby, broken. Laying the trident down like a ninja, leaving you wide open.
Learn a little something. Take a lesson. Learn it all.